You know, in 2022, you know, no more comparing ourselves to others. Hi lovelies, it's yours truly Boosie. I am back better than ever. No, I apologize, I have been gone for a couple months, but you know, new year, new me, you know, let's just hope for consistency this year. And for those of you who are new here, I like to say I make relatable content for young adults, just things that we go through, whether it be mental health, college advice, navigating the real world, things like that. So if you really like relatable content, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also feel free to check out the rest of my videos. So I made a video like this last year. I think it was 5 things I learned in 2020. So now I'm doing 4 things I learned in 2021. The first thing I learned is that I am a lot stronger than I give myself credit for. As you all know, I have made a video about this. I moved to North Carolina by myself back in August. And the thing is, I didn't have to. My job is there, but I could have still worked remotely here in Atlanta. But you know, I just really wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to push myself. But honestly, that's not the easiest thing to do. You know, the whole time I was thinking, like, is this a good decision? Like, at the time, I didn't have any friends there. So I was pretty much figuring things out on my own, having to pretty much make a new life for myself out there, you know. In Atlanta, I have my family, I have my friends, I have my boyfriend, and out there, it was just me. So that was definitely scary. But I mean, reporting out, it's January now, and I can say it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm actually making a life for myself out there. I am enjoying getting to meet my coworkers. I am making new friends, and exploring a new state is always fun. But most importantly, you know, moving out, I can't rely on my mom and dad as much anymore. And so a lot of the things I had to be like, go to myself about. I needed to, like, if something needs to get handled, you know, it was only me who could do it. So I needed to, like, just find a way and push through it. And I think that has helped me so much just feel more as an adult. I'm 25, but for a long time, I feel like, I don't know, that I'm still kind of like a teenager, kind of like 19-ish. And I think moving out on my own, especially to a state where, you know, I can't just go back running to mommy and daddy if something gets hard, it really challenged me, you know. And then I know we're talking about like mentally becoming stronger, but also I think I physically became stronger. You guys do not know strength until you carry a queen-size mattress and a 58-inch screen TV up a flight of steps by yourself. I don't know where I got that kind of strength from, but after that, nobody can tell me nothing. Like, and again, if you watch my video, I definitely encourage people, you know, take that move. It doesn't have to be another state. It could even be another city within your own state. But like, if you really want to feel like you are growing, like you need that push to grow up, I definitely highly recommend moving somewhere different. And while we are on the discussion of becoming more of an adult, the second thing that I learned is that adulting is not easy. Like, it's not easy at all. So I am gonna actually make a video about this later. So I will just get into like little minor details now. But you know, first financially, financially, this is hard. So at home, when I was back in my parents' house for the last 3 years, I didn't have to pay rent or anything. So, you know, a lot of my money was for me, and I was able to save a lot. And then I moved out. I started having to pay rent and started having to pay utilities. Only my spending habits didn't change at all from when I was like living at home. And then I didn't realize until like I looked at my bank account and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I was realizing that I wasn't contributing to my savings as much anymore. And those were just really big shocks to me. I don't know. And then I actually had to make like a big decision with my money. I was supposed to go to Houston on a solo trip and also to visit a very dear friend of mine. And I had to cancel it because I could not afford it. Like, I literally just bought the plane ticket and the Airbnb. Didn't think much about like, oh, it's Texas, you have to rent a car. I didn't think about where I'm going to put Momo. I didn't think about any of that. And yeah, that really made me have to sit down and think to myself, like, how you're living right now is not sustainable. You are living like you are still, you know, that early 20-something year old in your parents' house, and I'm not that anymore. So that was really difficult, trying to find out where I can cut spending and things. But you know, moving forward in 2022, I know where I am spending a lot, and I know what to do and where to cut things. And then another thing about adulting that was very difficult for me was health. So I went and got a physical exam in November, and don't worry y'all, I'm okay. But it turns out that I'm very, how do I explain this, malnourished. And how does that even, you know, how am I malnourished? You look at me and it doesn't look like that. I swear, like, even when I told my mom, she was like, Busala, can you be in America and and be malnourished? Does that make sense? And what she said, it was funny, but it did hit me like, what am I doing? So it's crazy because I gained a lot of weight. However, I am like deficient in a lot of different vitamins and nutrients that I need. So and then I thought about it. I was like, what have I been eating? And then it makes sense, y'all. Y'all, something about me is I love me some chicken, especially if it's fried. And I would always, you know, go to Chick-fil-A or something, or go to Wendy's, or I don't know, I would be getting like burgers from here and there. So like I was eating, it's not like I just stopped eating, I was eating, but the things I was eating was not good for me. And I was like, oh crap, like this cannot be going on, because on the more serious matter, my energy levels were not good. I don't know, it's just different because when you move out, there's no one, you know, buying groceries and making dinner for you and things like that. You pretty much have to always plan what you're going to eat, and sometimes it's just so much easier just to get fast food and call it a day. But you know, moving forward into 2022, I am going to start cooking more of my meals, which also helps with the financial aspect because spending less money on food, but also, you know, like aware of what I'm putting into my body more. Let me be a testament to you guys, okay? Don't be like me. Don't be malnourished like me, okay? Cook that food you have in your fridge. And so the third thing I learned, or realized, I should say, in 2021 is that I need to put myself first more. So I have this thing, you know, you can say that I am a chronic people pleaser, and it's always been something that I've struggled with. It's hard for me to say no to people, and I was realizing last year that I would be saying yes to things and yes to people, sometimes out of FOMO, but mostly out of I never wanted anybody to be upset with me. And then I'd have all these things I needed to do, and I would just get so overwhelmed, and I just had way too much on my plate. And you know, it wasn't helping with my anxiety at all. And I realized that I just need to take a step back sometimes and realize that I need to ask myself, why am I doing this? Like, you know, am I doing this because I don't want somebody to be upset with me? And I also need to ask myself, can I do this? Is this smart for me to do? Questions like that, because it was just getting so much for me last year. I was becoming so overwhelmed, and that's because I was just having such a hard time saying no. So moving forward, but I do want to start prioritizing myself more. And I also realized that I can still be a good person while prioritizing my mental health. So me saying no, or me having to take a step back, does not make me a bad person, does not make me a bad friend. That's something I want to tell you guys too. Prioritizing yourself does not make you a bad person. And the last thing I learned in 2021, which is something I talk about throughout my channel all the time, but I want to contextualize it like this. One thing I learned is that I live a very blessed life. Therefore, I shouldn't be looking at other people's lives and wishing I could have theirs. So anything, like, if there's one thing you need to know about me, if there's anything you need to know about Lucy, is that I compare myself to others all the time. I've mentioned this time and time again in all my videos that it's just a very bad problem for me. And usually before, like, it was because I felt like my life wasn't, you know, where it needed to be. But 2021, my life has actually been at a good spot, you know, like for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could breathe. I like have my life on track. But I was still looking at other people's lives and still envying it. And I realized it's because I'm taking advantage of all the things, wonderful things that are going on for me now. And hell, who knows, there are probably even people looking at my life wishing they could have it too, you know? It's a very vicious cycle. But I think just taking that step back and always like I write down all the things going on for me and all the things that I'm happy about, you know, like I journal those things. And when I just take a step back and like look at all my accomplishments and look at all the things I've done in 2021, not to brag, but I do have a genuinely good life, and I need to really get out of that habit of comparing myself to others. It's not doing me any good. It's just making me forget about all the things that I have going on for myself now. So, you know, in 2022, you know, no more comparing ourselves to others. And on that note, lovelies, this is the end of this video. I hope the things I learned in 2021 can help anybody out there make themselves have a successful 2022. I am a very, very, very small channel, but my channel did grow a lot last year, and I'm so thankful to each and every one of you guys. So like I said, here's to consistency, and here's to even more growth on this channel. I hope that I can come out with a lot more content for you guys. I hope I can help you guys in any way possible. Just really excited for 2022. So yeah, down in the comments below, let me know what you guys are doing in 2022, what you guys learned in 2021, any of your New Year's resolutions, things of that nature. So until my next video, it's been yours truly, Boosie. Bye.